So, Paul, can you describe this moment for Mr. Cooper?
Hey, you know what's so funny, Key? Yesterday we was talking about how much money you'll pay to go see this game, right?
What was tickets going? The floor seats was starting, I think, at $2,500.
That's crazy.
Man,
I paid $20 last year at some of
Think about this. You went and paid $2,500 to see Bronny get 8 and Cooper Flagg get 10. No, but I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. That's why I think Summer League should be free.
Probably.
It should be free.
Probably.
You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have to pay. They want to sell. I know it's about marketing the players and
it's
all
Vegas.
of that. Yeah, I understand that. But, the thing I was impressed by, actually I was impressed by Cooper Flagg, his energy. Look, his shots come and go, but I noticed one thing, they had him at the point guard out there. So they trying to develop him maybe this coming year because of Kyrie not being out there to start at the point if they don't want to go with D'Angelo Russell. I know they just signed him, but I love his aggression. I love the fact that he wasn't scared. I love the fact that he was going for it, but he gave me great energy. He gave me 4 assists, 1 turnover. He rebounded the ball well. He defended well, 3 steals, 1 block.
6 boards, yep.
Yeah, I loved everything he brought to the game. They won the game, and that's what matters the most, but I know that the shot's going to come and go at times, but he didn't lack confidence. He wasn't afraid of the moment. Think about it. This is the NBA. This is kind of like his NBA debut, his first taste of NBA competition.
Well, no, not last summer. He had NBA competition
with
with Olympics.
Practice. This is like real refs, fans, popcorn popping. People paid for the seats, $2,500. It was like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, all right. So some nerves was probably in there. It was anticipated because that's all we talked about on these sports outlets all day or coming up into it. So he got that under his belt. Is out the way. I look for him to really start getting comfortable. I wouldn't put it past his next game. I think they play again on Saturday, tomorrow. I think he's going to go for like a good 20 and 10. Because usually after that first game, you get comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? You get it. All right, all this is, it's out the way. The lights, the popcorn, NBA, they go whoop-de-whoop over there. We play in the league.
Over there.
All of that, family and all, out the way. Okay, now settle in. He'll be all right. But I was impressed with the energy and the aggressiveness and, trying to see him be at the top, working as a point forward. I was impressed. He's going to be all right.
Yeah, I mean, I was impressed just overall. He displayed all the things he does well, defending, handling the basketball, being aggressive like you mentioned. I mean, he shot 21 shots in 32 minutes, which that was kind of that's what's going to happen. Like you said, people are paying $2,400. Like, he's going to get the shots up. They're like, look, go to the point, be aggressive, do what you got to do, put on a performance for people to come here to watch you play. So overall, just what he did, like I said, defending, getting some great blocks, rebounding, great decisions, what have you. So overall, with his play, I was impressed, man. So it was, I think, again, it was as expected.
You certainly could tell that he was pressing to some degree. And all young players in your first start, whether it's you, me, Will, in the NFL when we first took the field in our preseason games, or Paul when you first took the court in summer league or preseason game, I'm sure you wasn't hitting on all cylinders the same way.
I had 30. I was hitting on all cylinders.
But when you think about it, J. Kidd asked him to be aggressive, something that at Duke, he was within the system. Right? This was almost like AAU basketball. I'm just going to go out there and I'm going to just shoot till the lights come home. Then at the end of the day, you look at him up against his peer in Bronny James. So that was a matchup that was anticipated. Everybody talked about it. It was $2,500 a seat, as Paul mentioned. So now he's pressing on that to try to show him up. I mean, that's just the way the mind works at times. But I look at it and I say he'll be fine. This is his first preseason summer league game. I mean, that's not really saying a whole lot about his performance, but he has some shots at times where you can see he got to his spots. He was able to hit the turnaround on Bronny. He was able to get the transition dunk on the fast break. I mean, there was some things that he did well that you'll see that could translate over into the National Basketball League with no problem at all. He wouldn't be the #1 overall pick if he wasn't capable of getting it done, Paul.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, all you want to do in summer league is just get some reps, show me that you can actually play as the #1 pick.
They gave him the green light.
Just show me some signs of some things, and we definitely saw some signs. Now, shots, I'm not worried about the shot. He showed me great defense, looking transition, finishing over the rim. terrific defense. That's who he is. At worst, he's going to be a terrific defender.
Where was the summer league at when you played?
The summer league.
Did you even play in summer league?
No, I didn't play in summer league my first year when I got drafted. It was a lockout. But the next year I played, it was
You had to play the next year?
Yeah, Long Beach.
Damn, you was a scrub.
No, I wasn't. Because look. They said, all right, I played like 3 games. And it was like 10 more games left because they was going from Long Beach to Boston. After the 3rd game, I think I had like 46. They was like, just go home. Just go back home. You don't have to fly back to Boston for the summer. You know what I'm saying? Because I averaged like 16. Usually, I was runner up for Rookie of the Year. You don't have to play summer league. You do all that. That was for the kids. You know, I was already grown.
You was him?
Yeah, I was already grown.
That guy.
Well, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I played in 1 preseason game, so I get it. I understand.
I had an Irvine player, 4th-round pick. I was in every game.
Yeah.
Every game.
Every drill, everything.
Especially you get nervous that fourth preseason game. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, everybody arrives differently. And we all in the same spot right now. That's all that
absolutely.
matters, right?
Different destinations.
Speaking of arriving differently, Bronny James had a chance to steal the win against the Dallas Mavericks for the Lakers, but he missed a potential game-winning 3 at the buzzer. He finished the game with 8 points, 2 boards, and 2 assists. So, Paul, what are your expectations for young Bronny James this season?
Well, he's still in evaluation mode. You know, he was in evaluation mode all year long. He's still in evaluation mode. That's why he's in summer league. So, Bronny has to show us he can do something consistently, whether that's defend at a high level, can he knock down shots at a high level consistently, and until he's able to do that, my expectations for him is going to be to continue to develop. When you make it to the league, you have to show me something that's consistent. Like, hey, I'm watching him. He's consistently playing great defense. He's consistently poking at the ball. He's consistently locking up his man, or he's consistently knocking down shots. He's consistently getting into the lane. So my expectation for Bronny is to continue to keep developing. Don't lose his confidence. And like I said in a couple of shows before this, show me the one thing you can do great. Because once you develop one thing and you're great at that, you can move on to the next thing. Show me you can be a great defender. Show me you can be a great shot maker. Show me you can be a great ball handler. So it's going to be one thing, and it's in steps. It's baby steps. And so he has to continue to play, continue to develop as Summer League progresses. I hope he gets to play in all the games, because I think this is important in this stage of his career, because he's still young. Right. And so, but the thing I've seen is he's gotten better. And as the G League went on last year, you forget he got better. He was scoring the ball on a consistent basis, but that's not what the Lakers is going to lead the contenders. They're going to have to see what can he bring to the team that the team does not already have. Yeah. Can he be a lockdown defender? Can he knock down shots? And that's what I'm going to be looking for.
He looked better to me. He looked more comfortable than he did this time last year, especially when you just point to the one defensive play that he made on Cooper over in the corner, where to me he stole the ball, but it was like a late foul right there. You're gonna see the little punch out, because it's kind of like a ticky-tack foul. I thought he did well, though. I thought he just looked better, more comfortable in the situation. So, and that's a much bigger player he's going up against. I mean, that you look like he about 5'11" up against Cooper right there. So I expect for him to if he continues to play the way that he played this last night, the rest of the summer, and into the preseason, he gonna steal some minutes, Paul. Yeah. If he can do that, he gonna steal some minutes.
Yeah, I think the key is, before you go, he's gonna be able to do that anyway. But to consistently hit the rotation.
Yeah, but if he does that the rest of the summer and into the preseason, he gonna take the minutes.
No, he got minutes last year when they moved him. He got some minutes. But in order to hit the consistent rotation, where Bronny's gonna play every night, you have to give me something that's consistent, and that's what he's trying to develop into.
Yeah, the one thing that's undeniable is how athletic he is. Like you saw that him, dribbling the ball down the court. You saw him taking off for dunks, seeing him playing defense and all that stuff. And I agree. Like, what is the one thing that he can provide for the team that's gonna allow him to get additional minutes? Because we talked about earlier, he's 6'1". Like, he's my height. I saw him in Vegas with the exact same height. And so not being a taller, I guess, defender or wing, whatever, that's something that can lack in his regard. So he's going to have to provide something great. I I know he's a little bit tall, but like Avery Bradley, how he was for the Celtics. Someone who came off, was a really, really, really good defender, athletic, and can get you some buckets. So, yeah, what can he provide overall? I think you mentioned he's improving, right? He can be a 3-and-D guy, but he's looking more and more comfortable. If anything, I think he could be in a situation where possibly 10 minutes, a game if he gets into the rotation, this season.
Last year, when we evaluated him, watched him, whatever you want to call it, he didn't look like he belonged in the summer league. He just didn't look like he belonged in the NBA at all. Just watching him last night, I'm like, okay, he looks like he's more comfortable and he actually belongs.
He was having fun.
I didn't walk away from it, Paul, saying, yeah, he's just there because his daddy. I didn't walk away from it last summer. Many people walked away at times saying, oh, man, he didn't deserve to get drafted where he got drafted at. Now that he's got a year under his belt and he looked like he looked last night, you can't say that about him at all. You can't say it at all about him.
Yeah, he's got a lot of reps. You can tell, as far as a confidence standpoint, he's a lot better in that aspect. And that's what I thought from him. I thought he just lacked confidence.
Yeah.
Because,
it's a tough spot.
Yeah, it is a tough spot. It's a very tough spot. You go into a situation, you're the son of one of the greatest players to ever play the game.
And his health, first of all, from last year, too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just like, he was taking shots. I think at some point he missed 10, 15 straight threes at one point in Summer League or during the season, I forget. And that was just a confidence thing. Once you start seeing those shots go in and you getting the reps in practice, it'll come. But like I keep saying, what is Bronny going to hang his hat on, consistently, in order to get a rotation? And it can't be he's going to go out here and get the shots up. He's not going to get the shots. They got the scoring. It has to be knocking down shots consistently open or being a terror on defense. He's going to have to hang his hat on one of those two things, I believe, for him to get consistent minutes in the NBA.
We can't go a day without mentioning the Lakers and LeBron James. The Lakers are in a transitional time as the team shifts from LeBron to Luka as his main star. One Eastern Conference executive was reportedly convinced LeBron wanted out of Los Angeles despite picking up his player option, and there are a handful of teams, including the Golden State Warriors, that reportedly considered making a major offer for him. So, Paul, should teams want to acquire King James?
That's a good question, Key. I mean, you're talking about, this is LeBron James here, who's still actually playing at a high level. He played 75 games, averaged 24, 7, and 8. And, if you just take the age away from it, you'd be like, damn, do I want a player that gave me 25, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 51% from the field, 37? Absolutely. But you got to understand what comes with that. When you try to trade for LeBron, you have to say to yourself, can we possibly get into contention? Like Houston traded for Durant, they said, he can put us in contention. I'm wondering, why did Houston go after LeBron?
I was literally about to ask you that. I was going to say, do you make that same trade for LeBron James?
If I'm Houston?
Yeah.
Maybe so.
If he's available at that time.
I mean, you got to make the call, right?
But it wasn't only reason why.
Didn't they get into it last year? Didn't email LeBron get into it last year?
They are. Oh, yeah, they
get into it. But that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean nothing at all. But the only reason why this conversation even came up about LeBron is because his agent, Rich Paul, spoke about where he's at in his career, winning a championship, all that. So many people think that the Lakers aren't in championship contention. And so
we
know.
We know.
What you mean you know?
Well, there's rumors about trading LeBron. So if you're in championship contention...
No, that's because Rich Paul said that, and everybody just ran to the water trying to find some fish.
Also, the Suns situation was different. They were ready to move on in general.
Yeah. Stop it. What you mean? He don't never... Will, he just...
But going back to the question, teams want...
I'm from New England. I can't say nothing,
I'm not sure which team makes sense. There's probably one team that actually makes sense to me, and I was thinking about this on the elevator coming up. Golden State Warriors. It could be a situation where you try to team up Curry and LeBron for one last run.
So who you gonna move?
Well, I think the only move there is you want to team up Curry, Draymond, and LeBron. So the only thing is giving up Jimmy Butler, which their contracts match in a straight-up trade. At least you'll probably be getting a better fitting piece next to Luka if the Lakers are going in that direction. A guy who could play off the ball a little more than LeBron and start building for the future for the Lakers. That makes the most sense for me if anybody wants to trade for LeBron.
Yeah, I mean, in this case, you're thinking 1-for-1. I'm looking at the New York Knicks. Like, if you're going to take anybody, maybe Karl Anthony Towns, he's making almost 50. And plus, too, if you do that straight up swap, you're not really touching anybody else on the roster. Like, you don't have to move anybody else. Lakers might have to give up maybe a second-round pick or maybe a future first or something like that as well. But just straight up, them two, I can see that being a viable option.
You know,
LeBron to the Knicks, like, it's New York, too. Like, LeBron, he wants to go to a big city.
Yeah.
Look, everybody could use him.
Right.
All teams.
But are you a LeBron away?
No, not necessarily.
Well, it has to make sense.
It has to. I was going to say it has to make sense. But what am I giving up, and what are you giving me in return? Right? What are we getting from the Lakers? Mike and Ike's and some chips? No, that ain't.
We.
Yeah, we. Los Angeles Lakers.
I gotta get this to get.
Nobody's going to mortgage their future
I understand.
unless there's a sure shot.
So while we going to give up, we literally just signed DeAndre Ayton.
Right.
Because we felt that a year ago, had we got our big that we tried to get and he passed his physical, we might have been in better position. So we went out and got the one thing in a lob threat in DeAndre Ayton for Luka with LeBron on the team. If you're not giving me something close to what a LeBron James can do for us this year, then go pound sand and kick rocks. There's nothing to even talk about. Because I'm not taking your trash. I'm not getting ready to get you. I'm not taking your trash. Why would I do that?
Yeah, I mean, that's true. But
Right?
you got to understand, LeBron could probably give you 1 year or 2 at the most.
So you
Okay, we
got to be
cool with
ready
that.
now to go. And
You gotta-
I think the Knicks are ready to go now.
Yeah, but what you giving us, though?
Cat.
That may not be what we want,
And
though.
LeBron go back with Mike Brown.
Yeah, that may not be what we want, though.
That look good.
That may or may not be.
You know what? It would be good for the league, though, to just having Bron in New York
And
it'd
Cat,
be-
and
it'd
Cat
be
with
nice.
Luka.
and Luka in L.A., that would look good for the league. But
You always trying to sabotage the Lakers.